Hey guys, so before we start our math lesson today, we're going to be starting adding hundreds, tens, and ones together. I wanted to review with you guys a little bit, thinking about our two-digit, adding two-digit numbers and one-digit numbers. So the biggest thing that we talked about was making sure that we line up our numbers in the correct place value, okay? So I'm adding 48 plus 6 here. So remember, you always want to make sure that you are lining up. So I am adding 6 to it. I'm adding 6 ones. So I need to make sure that I line up those numbers under the correct digit, okay, in the correct column for the place value. Ones are added with ones, tens with tens, and now we're going to be adding hundreds and hundreds, okay? 8 plus 6 is 14. I can regroup 10 of those ones into a 10, move it to the tens column, 54. Okay, there's a big difference. I've seen some of you guys are still not lining them up correctly, and it's looking like that, and then you guys end up with the wrong answer, right? So you need to make sure that you're lining things up properly. We talked about this earlier in the year, and I told you when we get ready to do hundreds how important it is that you line up correctly. The other thing that I taught to you guys is making sure that you start in the ones place with adding and subtracting. No matter what, we always start in the ones place, because when we get ready to start the regrouping process, if you start in the hundreds place, it's going to throw you off. So you really got to train yourself to make sure that you're able to do that. So our objective for today is to add three-digit numbers without regrouping. So there's not going to be any regrouping. Okay, so let's take a look at this. There are 133 people in line at the water park. Then 24 more people get in line. How many people are in line now? So more got in line. So there we know that we are adding. Okay, they modeled it here with the blocks. They modeled 133. That's 100. They did a 100 flat. They did 3 tens to show the tens and 3 ones. And then they modeled the 24 more that got in line. So that's 2 more tens and 4 more ones. When we add that, we need to make sure we line up the add-ins, remember, by the place value. So there's 133 plus 24. We're going to start off using our place value model charts, our place value charts, to help make sure we line them up. Eventually, we will move to where we're not using those. Remember that first we add our ones. 3 ones plus 4 ones is 7 ones. Then we move on to our tens. 3 tens plus 2 more tens is 5 tens. And finally, we add our 100s. 100 plus no hundreds is 1. Remember, when you have a blank there, that just means 0. So you guys are going to do this adding. Remember to start with the ones. 4 plus 1 is 5. 6 plus 2 is 8. 4 plus 1 is 5. I know some of you guys know we're not regrouping, so you're just going to start over here in the hundreds. You've got to train your brain to start in the ones place, guys. Okay, so you're going to do that on that page. Oh, they went ahead and jumped us straight to not having those place value charts. So go ahead and add straight across, starting with the ones. 0 plus 2 is 2. 110 plus 2 tens is 3 tens. 200s plus 300s is 500. So my answer is 532. Here, you should be able to add this in your head. They're trying to get you to do some mental math here. You're adding 3 tens, so your tens place is going to change. Your hundreds and ones should stay the same. Here, you're probably going to have to do the problem over here, or you can take a look and add your ones, add your tens, add your hundreds. You can try and start doing some of that mental math. Here's your problem right here. They want you to write it out in the correct model and tell how many in all. Here is how Erin lined up her stuff. Explain the mistake she made. Okay, explain the mistake she made. See if you can find it. Then tell the correct sum. So you need to say, Erin's mistake is that she did this. The correct sum should be this. Over here, you're going to continue doing the same thing, starting adding with your ones. Continue doing exactly the same thing. You're finding out how many in all. You've got room over here to work on it. And then Jake makes a mistake here. Take a look at how he wrote this. You're going to explain the mistake he made, then tell the correct sum. So first you'll say, Jake's mistake is that he did this. He should have added and gotten this. Okay, you can show your work over here to get your answer. All right, guys, if you have any questions, I'll see you on Zoom.